Good evening, everybody. How are you? You join me as I attempt to do a landing challenge. I was just practicing one of these before I went live, and then I looked at the time, and I was like, "Oh, it's time for me to go live." So I figured I'd just press go live, and you can join me as we come into land here. So the good news is the sim is loaded, which is always a plus, and we're coming into land. No idea where. I've forgotten what the name of it is. But hopefully we get a nice smooth touchdown. This is the landing challenges built into the sim. I figured we'd have a little look at those. We'll just have a bit of an explore tonight. And what better tool to do it with than the new Thrustmaster. What is that dinging at? Oh, landing gear. I thought landing gear was down. We've got the new Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS 1 Microsoft Flight Simulator Edition, which they were very, very kind to send over. So I do thank Thrustmaster for that, and I feel a bit bad because we haven't really had a chance to use it over the last few days. It sent it over, obviously, for the launch of the the sim, and we never really got to play around with it. So I kind of feel like I owe Thrustmaster a good stream because it was really nice of him to send it over. I really do appreciate it. So, first landing of the night. Let's see if we can get a good one under our belts here. Still, the stick feels nice to hand fly. Kinda like the Airbus side stick. Obviously it feels a bit different because it's a different shape. Kinda similar to that. Except you've got a big throttle built into it. Ooh, I'm way too high. Right, let me get down on the ground and we'll have a little natter.
200. 100.
We can feel the ground effect.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard. 10.
I have.
Retard.
I have.
Retard. Retard. Retard.
That's a floater, isn't it? Damn. Right, let me check. Are my throttles in idle? Yeah, they are. So why is it saying that? Oh, we messed that up, didn't we? How do you bind the reverse thrust? So what I've done, yeah, that's not going to be a good score, is it? This is not going to be good. Yeah, 351,000. My first go was 1.2 million. Never mind. Yeah, as for reverse thrust, you've got a couple of options. So there's a detent in the throttle section of it. Obviously, this can join together as one unit. But what you can do is there's a detent in the middle. And you can sort of feel it click into place, and you pull it back down. So you could calibrate your throttles such that this detent is the idle point. Then if you pull backwards, that puts you into reverse. However, how I've done it, I've got the full range of movement. Obviously, I just push through the detent, and I hold the A button because you've got Xbox buttons on the side here where your thumb is. So I've got A, B, X, Y. I hold down A, that puts it into reverse, and I push forward, and that increases the rate of reverse thrust. So there we go. Do you have one more go? Let's have another go. Now, the last time I restarted this, we fell out of the sky. It's a little, I don't know, as has been the way with the sim so far. It's not quite been too good. But never mind, we will persevere. I feel like it's been a pretty rough couple of days, actually. I had a lot of stuff planned, I had lots of ideas, and all of it's fallen apart, really. Which isn't great. Right, is this going to work? Oh my goodness. Okay, at least we didn't fall out the sky. Okay, can we get auto throttle on? Let's set our speed.
Stall.
I'm not going to stall. What are you talking about? Right.
Stall, stall. Stall, stall.
Are my engines just starting? Yeah, they are. Look, look, the engines are started. Why is it doing that?
Stall.
Look, the N2's spooling up. You can hear them starting. God, this sim is so flaky. What's the matter with them? What is the matter with them? Yeah, right, now my engines are started. Flippin' heck. Yeah, now I can feel my plane twisting around as the engines come to life at different rates. So my left engine is doing better than my right engine, it would seem. Hence we just twisted to the right. Oh man. That's so bad. There comes a point where you just don't know what to say anymore, really. Like, how? How have they done this?
2,500.
Alright, let's get gear down. Like this all day today, I've been playing with no audio. Like no audio whatsoever from the planes. Like I still don't really know how that's a thing. Right, let's go for an approach speed of, I don't know, 130? Maybe? 135? Let's call it 135. Well done, Richard. Hey, Pikachu, Tui, and Vatsim Noob are in the vertical chat. Twitch is still ominously quiet, though it often is. What a couple of days we've had, eh? Only got in after 42 hours. You got stuck on the create identity. So I uninstalled and reinstalled, and that seemed to get me past that bit. The issue I've got, and we'll check it out in a minute, I'll show you, is that I don't seem to be able to start career mode. Because I seem to spawn in the plane, then it's like, let's do a walk around. It's like, I'm stuck in the plane and I can't move. And similarly, I did a cold and dark at Gatwick earlier in the A330 just to see if it would work, and then I spawned in the cargo hold, once again, trapped. So it feels like every single person you talk to's got a different story of just some tale of weirdness. So yeah, the mind boggles. Can't even get into the air. I'm stuck on the runway with no mouse. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Again, like, these landing challenges are good and all, but it would be really nice if my ND was pre-configured and if we had like a route into the runway
1,000.
sort of in our avionics system. It just feels like it dumps you in midair and it's like, off you go. And like we just saw a minute ago, the engines were not started and they started midair. It's quite astonishing, really. Go back to X-Plane 12. Yesterday I set rolling cache to 600 gig. Have I checked? No, because I've uninstalled and reinstalled, so actually probably what that's done is wiped itself out, so I may have to redo that. This landing challenge took a while to load in, though, I will say that. Right, here we go then. Going nice and slow. Feels like we're flying an ATR, doesn't it?
400.
Hand on the throttle.
300. 200. 100.
Ooh.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10. Retard. 5. Retard. Retard. Retard.
I've done it.
Retard.
I've done it. What is going on with my throttles? Do I need to recalibrate them? Oh. Just love this sim. Reset calibration. Set idle. Right, that is idle. Right, are we all agreed that's idle? Oh. Oh. Right, let's get out of it. I can't take any more. How are we all anyway? How are we all doing? How come you have the throttle and the joystick opposite way around? It's just how it comes, Jack. So this is a right-handed stick. So these two bits can kind of come together to make one thing. It kind of screws together, or you can detach it and do what I've done here. But it's designed to be right-handed on the stick, left hand on the throttle. Yeah, I like it. It's good. Thanks again to Thrustmaster for sending it over. There's a link in the description if any of you want to learn more. I don't get any kickbacks or anything like that if you click it, so don't feel like I'm trying to fool you into anything. It's just if you do want to learn more, if you're in the market for something, you want like a one-and-done solution where you get a stick, a throttle, buttons, all the stuff. 90 quid here in the UK, I think. 89.99, which, pretty good deal. Chelsea says, do you think having an X3D chip helps instead of a 5800X? As I may upgrade to a 7800X 3D if my performance is still bad. Yeah, I mean, the performance is still bad for me on a 5800X 3D. However, I was saying in a video earlier today, I don't think it's fair for me to start doing performance testing right now because I've got a load of data that I put together in 2020 ahead of the launch of this. So basically I need to recreate that in 2024 and just see what the numbers are. But I don't think the time is right. I feel like the sim is fundamentally a bit broken at the moment, and I'm going to be testing it in a broken state. So I think the dust needs to settle a little bit, and see where we go from there, really. Because it's all a bit of a mess. Now, is career mode... Let me show you what happened with career mode earlier. So, here we are at Bristol. Uploaded in, that's got to be good. Hey, there I am, Mr. Red Guy with an error sign.
Right? Welcome to Bristol. I'm Scott, the owner of this aero club. Here at the club, we provide
Now, I bet you
all
I
the
spawn
training
in the
lessons.
plane.
But
See what happens. Hey, OG. You've been losing your mind on Flight Sim 24. Yeah, I was the same earlier. I was really grumpy earlier. It got to about midday and I was like, I am just wasting my time. I felt really bad because Thrustmaster have obviously sent over this stick, which is really good of them. They didn't have to.
welcome to the apron.
And
This
I'm
is
just
where
not,
all
I
our
can't do
flying
anything. I
adventures
can't do anything
begin.
hardly with the sim. I
Why don't
can't
you walk around
do
a
a
bit
stream
while I
and
finish
test
the
out the
pre-flight
stick properly.
preparations?
It's just really annoying. Like, right, look at this. I've got a VPN. We're using the VPN, and yet it's still no good. So yeah, VPN is not the silver bullet I think a lot of people are claiming it to be. So here we go. Look, I've got my Xbox controller. It's telling me to look around, which I've done. Now move around the cockpit, and I can't. I'm stuck. Can't do... Oh, hello. Why am I in camera mode? What on earth? How do I get out of camera mode?
Today we will be flying in a Cessna 172 Skyhawk. It's the main trainer airplane in our flight school. Our Cessna's got a glass cockpit and a 180 horsepower engine. Climbs well and is easy to fly. It's one sweet ride.
I've done that too, Tricky.
So hop in and buckle up. Let the good times roll.
Right, press LB, so left button, and B to enter the aircraft. Obviously, I'm already in the aircraft, but I'm stuck. There's, yeah, I'm inside the person, the co-pilot, the trainer. Could try it on the keyboard. Press Shift and C. Absolutely nothing.
I know the plane is majestic, but you should
Just
see
nothing.
it in the air. Get inside
Totally
so
at
we
it.
can get started.
Are you in the European servers? I'm actually VPN'd into America at the moment. So yeah, we're a bit stuck. So that's good. Have I tried to recustomize my character? I tried earlier, but it crashed. We can try it again. Customize identity. I suppose it might be that. There's me. Oh, right. It's not great, Matthew, to be honest. So if we go to appearance. God, there's loads, isn't there? Look at all this. So at least these are streaming in. They weren't earlier. Right, let's click that. Oh no. Oh no. I think that's it. We've had it. It's not been a good launch at all, has it? Been a complete and utter mess. I think VPN's the way to go. I'm on a VPN. It's still been breaking on me all day, so I don't know. There we go. That's finished. Yeah, we're connected to East Coast at the moment. Yep, we are connected to East Coast US. I had that helps as well, so I've tried it both ways. I've uninstalled, connected to the VPN. I've reinstalled, connected to the VPN. I've uninstalled and reinstalled, not connected to the VPN. Literally every combination of whatever you can think of. It's just wonderful. Yeah, that's right, LG. So maybe East Coast, I don't know, got a better time of it while we're in, say, early morning through to lunchtime, because maybe they're quieter. I don't know. They're saying the Microsoft Store version is better. It shouldn't be. It should be the same game, shouldn't it? What a dumpster fire, though. I heard the Xbox version works quite well. A330 driver mentioned he couldn't get his Steam version to work. Okay. I mean, honestly, kind of after tonight, part of me is thinking I'm just going to go back to 2020. Because I can't keep doing this. Like, this is just a joke. Until they put some updates out. It's not great, is it? I think when the US are active, it gets worse. Yeah, so that could be the thing, couldn't it? I still can't believe they were saying they stress tested it with 200,000 users. And it's like, did they really think only 200,000 were going to try and play the game? Like, it's madness. Oh, I got 100 viewers. Oh, no way. Welcome, everyone. Hang on. There we go. I can say hello to you now. Hi. Like and subscribe. Like. It's been a rough couple of days. I left work on Monday. So I've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. That's kind of like my normal pattern. Well, I say off. I work in here in the shed. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on the channel. And I left work on Monday, the day job, thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go get it this week. Like, I've got so much to do. I'll get so much done. Like, this is gonna be such a huge week. Could be huge for me. Could be huge for the channel. Everyone could love it. And it's just been an absolute dumpster fire, which is really disappointing. Right, let me just show you what I meant about the cargo thing. So, right, let's get out of the fly-by-wire, because we don't want to be in that. That crashed me earlier. The A380 crashed me. The A320X did not crash earlier. I put a video out on all this earlier, by the way. A330, here we go. So if we go, should we check out JFK? I haven't checked out JFK yet, we might as well. If it will let us. Quick question. Is the Western Digital SN850X is 110 and the 990 Pro is 110 on Amazon? Which one would I recommend? I've got the Western Digital SN850X. To be quite honest, there might be differences, but it feels like you're in the land of diminishing returns for gaming. I couldn't tell the difference going from a Gen 3 drive to a Gen 4. So yeah, Amazon affiliate links in the description, by the way, just saying. Support generously. Is the GSX working on 2024? So it worked with an asterisk. So I was in the A330 and I tried to deboard and it wouldn't. Well, it did, but it did everything wrong. Like, all the cargo trucks kind of lined up in the wrong place. The jetway was in the wrong place. The stairs were in the wrong place. And I thought, oh, okay, fair enough, because GSX probably doesn't know about the A330. It probably hasn't. The developer probably hasn't had a chance to use it properly because of all the problems we've been having. Therefore, hasn't had a chance to update it. Then I thought, I wonder if it will push me back. And sure enough, it did. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to do this, did I? I need to go back to the main menu. End flight, back to the world map. So yeah, it did actually push me back, which is mostly what I use GSX for anyway. Because most of the time, if I'm streaming, I'm actually in the cockpit doing preparation work. I'm not in my drone camera just watching what the baggage people are doing, you know? Alright, let's go here. Set as departure. Does your joystick have force feedback? No, it does not. Right, let's see what happens now. Right, here we go. God, it's gloomy, isn't it? So let's see where we spawn. Yeah, there we go. Look. So we are in the cargo area. And we're stuck. Just like we were in career mode. So that I can look around, but I can't move. And that's that, really. We are totally stuck. So, as it stands at the moment, I can't do a cold and dark. and I can't do career mode, which is a bit of a problem. I can obviously look at stuff that's near me. Although, to be honest, I don't really want to have to do this rubbish every time. Like, I should probably turn this off, because I'm not at all interested. Yeah. I had that earlier. I uninstalled and bought a VPN. So yeah, good times. Right, let's go back to the main menu and see if we can do something. Oh, that FPS is bad, isn't it? What's the challenge league all about? What's that? Oh, the FPS. Oh, why did I click that? I don't know what I just clicked then. Okay. Oh, should we do a race? Don't mind if I don't. Don't mind if I do. See how the Grand Canyon looks then. Alright, here we go. Oh no. Three, two, one. What? Where's the next gate? It's got to be down here, right? Oh my lord. Once again, I don't think I've got any engine sounds now. I've missed the gate, haven't I? Have I missed the gate? Oh, man. Okay, put your hand up if you're having fun. I've got no engine noise. We've got to go up here next. Gotta be this one, right? And over to here. Whoa, that's the end of us. Yeah, I can only hear music. I can't hear any engine sounds. Oh, down we go again. Yeah, no engine sounds is not handy. It's really not. Oops. I'm going to miss another gate. Gate missed. Brilliant. Okay, I officially declare this as boring. What else is there? Precision landing in a helicopter. It's just flipping awful, isn't it? Just passed the PPO in Korea. Well done, mate. I wish I could. Could we do some flight training? Rally race, low altitude. Let's see if I can do a maneuvering test then. If it will not do that thing where it spawns us in like the belly of the plane. The world map will not load for me. It says you got low bandwidth. Yeah, it's been saying that to me all day as well. Alright, it's turning my fans on. What my internet speeds? 900. Oh my god. What is that? What is that? Give me strength. All right, let's.
The art of maneuvering a plane through the air isn't a mystery to you anymore.
No.
Now it's time to test the skills you learned.
How about some
As
sound?
you can see, we're cruising at 6,000 feet on a north heading of 360 degrees. Start by descending to 5,500 feet while maintaining a northerly heading. If your speed is in the yellow section of the airspeed indicator, it means you are overspeeding. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. Reduce throttle to idle and pull gently on the yoke to slow down.
All right. Nice to see the engine noise has gone again. That was weird. It was gone most of the morning. Then it came back earlier.
While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. That's good. Now, climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively.
All right, let's make a turn. Oh, this is great with no engine sound.
You can start the climb when you're ready.
I'm trying.
You can start the climb when you're ready.
Let me do my turn first. I mean, give it its dues. It does look pretty good, doesn't it? Like here, looking out this window right now. It's just all the rest of it, man. It's like... it's hard work. All right, that is our climb. I wish we had some engine noise. Now we can just finish our climb to get to 6,000 feet. Really does not help when you can't hear the engines. There we go, 6,000 feet. Boff. Now
The
what?
turn was good, but try to climb faster in the future.
Alright, it's alright.
All right, next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots.
Alright, let's bring that power back a bit.
Go ahead and reduce your speed. That's good.
Yay!
Your speed was well managed, but your altitude needs to be more accurate.
Sorry, boss.
You did well, but you can do better.
Yay! Did I get Minecraft graphics in the past? Yeah, I did. I did. And it had nothing to do with my internet speed, it was just the servers getting hammered. Happy days. Takeoff and landing. Oh, check your aircraft before getting on board. No, we're not doing that because I don't think it will let me. Let's do some taxiing, shall we? I think the sounds, like basically the aircraft is streamed in, so if the sound bit doesn't make it, then... What challenge are you on, Chelsea? Number 2? You're very happy Microsoft Flight Sim 24, that's good. I wish I could say the same.
Taxiing refers to moving the aircraft on the ground under its own power. In particular, getting from the ramp out to the hold short point on the edge of the runway. Steering on the ground is managed through the rudder pedals. That's right, unlike driving a car, we turn by using our feet. Okay, ready? With the throttle idle, release your parking brake. Okay. Now, gently increase throttle to get the aircraft moving.
Once again, not being able to hear it
Go easy
is...
on your throttle. Use your rudder pedal to turn left and enter the taxiway. Increase throttle to gain forward momentum and then reduce RPM accordingly to match a fast walking speed while taxiing.
Why have I stopped? Really hard to taxi without hearing the engines. Who knew?
Now, test the brakes. Good. Brakes checked. Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us. Stop before it, as if traffic was coming off the runway.
Nice plane rendering in that. Alright, let's wait here. Why have we stopped?
Alright, taxi to holding point Alpha 1 next. It's at the far end of the airport, near the head of runway 21. Stay
Cheers,
as
Chelsea.
close as possible to the taxiway center, marked by the yellow line. And watch your speed.
Alright, taxi point Alpha 1.
After the right turn, come to a stop before the hold short point, in prep for takeoff.
Quite difficult to see, isn't it? Maybe if I guess this is a normal seating position within the Cessna. Trouble is, Paul, we got no audio for the plane. It's been cutting in and out all day today.
That was good taxiing.
Yay.
The next challenge will be to keep the aircraft under control while at full throttle for takeoff.
It was, I just tried doing that and it didn't work. With the little space button. Oh, I'm in the ground now, look at that. Oh, if you didn't laugh, you'd cry. Plane sounds are DLC, are they? Oh, I see. Right. There I am, look. There he is. Right, here we go.
Taking off isn't hard, but there are a few key points to remember.
In fairness,
First, we always take off into the wind, which won't be an issue on
that
a calm
over
day
there
like today.
looks very good.
Second, before we enter a runway,
I appreciate
we
I'm being a
always
bit
make sure
salty
it's
here
clear.
tonight. It's because it's been a very long last few
Check
days.
to the right to see if a vehicle is on the runway. And to the left to make sure no other planes are approaching. Runway numbers are not arbitrary. Each number matches the first two number of the runway's compass bearing, rounded to the nearest 10 degrees. For example, a runway orientated towards the north would be numbered 36, which is 360 degrees on a compass. Everything looks good, no cross traffic. Go ahead and taxi into position.
Alright, let's
Now
get out
slowly
there.
taxi onto the runway and align the plane with the center line. Then stop your plane just after the number 21.
These little Cessnas feel weird. There we go.
Excellent. All right, let's do this. Apply full power, and I'll walk you through the takeoff as we go.
That's full power in case you can't hear it.
Use your rudder to stay on the center line, and keep pushing power until you reach 55 knots. Good. Now, gently pull back on the yoke. And we're airborne.
Wow, these are light little planes, aren't they? They feel so much different.
Line up the top of your instrument panel so it's a couple of inches above the horizon. That'll pitch us up and set a good climb attitude.
Couple of inches.
Maintain 75 knots, and we'll reach our target altitude of 5,500 feet in no time. Focus on flying straight. Use your rudders to remove the left yaw plane as when climbing. You can see your current yaw input by looking at the MFD's slip skid indicator.
Where's the slip skid indicator? Of course, I forgot that they sort of want to yaw to the left, don't they, because of the propeller. I'd forgotten about that.
Maintain 75 knots and climb to 5,500. Okay, 5,500 feet. You've reached your target altitude. That was a nice takeoff.
Yeah, it was. There I am. I don't know, new tab. I don't know what they're going to do, really. The thing is, if this keeps up with this whole, like, on the cloud thing, you can see it becoming a Photoshop-style subscription thing, can't you? For sure. You can't customize the identity? No, me neither. It just crashes on me. Right. Who's ready for a landing? Here we go then.
We're close enough to the runway to land safely without adding any throttle. Maintain a speed of around 65 knots. Pitch down if you're going too slow. Pitch up if you're too fast. Keep your airspeed at 65 knots. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare.
We're way too high.
To flare means to raise the nose of the aircraft to slow your descent for a softer
What?
landing, but without ever leveling off or climbing. The main landing gear will touch down before the nose wheel does.
That is redonkulous. Where's 65 knots then?
We're coming up on flare height. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Resist the temptation to pull back. Nice. Now, apply the brakes progressively to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop. Use rudder pedals to stay on the center line.
That was a bit hard, wasn't it? They said not to use any throttle, and it felt like we didn't have quite enough throttle.
Well done. But there's room for improvement.
Yeah, whatever.
Keep in mind that approaching the runway at the right speed is key to a good landing.
There's me. In the ground. Flare the aircraft, follow the glide... Yeah, well, if you follow the glide slope and you start me that high, I'm never going to follow the glide slope, am I? Muppets. Ugh. Such a good game.
of this landing exercise, I want you to stay on the glide path by using the throttle. You can make small corrections with the yoke to stay aligned with the runway.
Why am I so high?
Smooth action on the throttle is key for remaining on the correct glide path. If you find yourself too high, reduce your power. If you're too low, increase it. Remember though, always make soft corrections. You don't want to overcompensate. Now you can use the elevator to land.
Oh, so kind. I feel like they're just starting this in the wrong place. Because look, 4 whites on the Pappies. We now have to nosedive to get anywhere close to 2 reds, 2 whites. Oh, man.
Reduce throttle to idle. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Nice. Now, apply the brakes to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop.
Yeah, I don't know about this. That seems really way too high though, right? To start with. Oh, there I am in the plane again. What we could do in a minute is take an Airbus somewhere.
My first instructor used to say, the best part of flying is landing in one piece. Today, you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing. And I've already set us up in landing configuration at 65 knots with 20 degrees of flaps. Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare.
Okay, so there's no way we're going to maintain 65 knots, is it, if we're chasing a glide slope like this? Right, that's a bit better. Come on, 65 knots, where are you? Yeah, it'd be really nice to have some volume. Far too low, aren't we?
Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it.
That was too hard.
Nice. Now, apply the brakes progressively to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop.
Oh,
Use
dear.
rudder pedals
Right.
to stay on the center line. You did well, but you can do
Is
better.
DDR4 enough? I'm on DDR4.
Keep in mind that approaching the runway at the right speed is key to a good landing.
Right, I think I've had just about enough of this. Oh, there's loads though, isn't there? Hey, Lanky. Shall we do a free flight? Now, we're going to have to start on the runway. Because if I do a cold and dark, we're going to end up in the cargo hold. Is it not enough for good looking? What, DDR4? DDR4 makes very little difference to how the sim's going to look. RAM's going to impact your performance, but probably more the quantity of it rather than DDR4 versus DDR5. Oh, it's alright, Lanky. It's, I can't actually do the campaign because I spawn inside the plane when it wants me to do the walk around and we're stuck. So I'm actually really struggling to do anything right now that isn't just larking around. Which puts a bit of a downer on things, I won't lie. Oh, flipping it. Still in that stupid Cessna. Is that because we did the flight training in it?
Gatwick Tower, Cessna Golf. Delta Whiskey Golf, Lima,
Oh,
ready
this
for
game
departure.
is so flipping janky. Fix your rubbish. Alright, let's try again. Let's go in the A330, shall we? And we'll spawn at Gatwick. Right, I've made a sim brief plan. Let's see if we can take our A330 on a proper flight. Tricky, I've reinstalled several times today, and these errors haven't gone away. Oh, goody. Right. Have a bit of daylight, shall we? So
Gatwick
this...
Tower Golf. Delta Mike Bravo India ready at runway 26 left, departing straight out.
Oh. So this is the flightsim.to version of Gatwick. Hence it looks a bit better. Hi, co-pilot. Oof, those frames. So I've just made a flight plan on SimBrief, and I'm rather hoping that it's going to pull it in. There it is. Happy days. And the payload we can pull in from SimBrief. Apply the load. We'll do it instantly. Yes, good. This is more like it. Then we can hopefully go to... Get rid of all this. ATSU. FM1 even. Init request. Hopefully that will then phone to SimBrief. Get my flight plan. Yes, it has. What about init page B? Not allowed. Okay, whatever. Perf. So if we use the takeoff performance, 2.6 left, dry, sync it. It's got the weights. There we go. So flex temperature of 58. This is starting to feel like we're actually doing some proper flying, isn't it? 142, 145, 147. 142. 145. 147. Flaps, I'm guessing, is going to be a... It's going to be a flaps 1, surely. Yeah, flaps 1. 5.2 up. 1/UP 5.2. Flex temp, what was that? 58. There we go. I feel like we need some music because this silence is just deafening, isn't it? There we go. At least we got something in the background rather than just weird silence. Happy days. Right, let's look at our flight plan. So we're going to fly out of Gatwick, departing on 2.6 left on the Lambourne 6 Mike departure. There it is. Insert that. Check takeoff data. Yeah. All right. Then into Edinburgh, runway 224. It's got to be the input 1 echo, isn't it? Happy days. Check takeoff data. Looks alright to me, innit? Why isn't it page B on this thing then? Does anyone know? Not allowed. Data, perf. Looks pretty good to me. Radnav's in. Fuel predictions. Nice. All right. So, ooh, those frames. Ah. We're into plan. Now we can click through. So we make our way out of London, up to Lambourne, Brooklands Park. You've got top of descent. Down into runway 24. Wallop. That'll do. We got a flight plan. Oh, Microsoft Flight Simulator tweet. Hang on, hold the line. Let's see what it says. I'll read it live on stream. Update on the technical issue affecting Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. We continue to see access and bandwidth issues as more users come online globally. We're actively working to increased capacity fixes. We want to express our gratitude to the community and apologise for this frustrating experience. We'll share ongoing updates across all channels. So they're continuing to see access and bandwidth issues as more people come. So it's getting worse. Flip. That is astounding. Okay, fuel, ZFW. FMC values. FMGC values confirm. What's FMGC values? Not allowed. Perf. Climb, cruise, descent, approach, go around. Direct to, progress. Wind, that's alright. Where's like perf init request? Is that not in the A330? Or like init page B? Okay, well, we'll just roll with it then. God, these frames. What are my frames per second? 40. So that means we're getting 20. Now it's on 20, which means we're getting 10. Wow, wow, wow. Takeoff config normal. Look at these frames, man. It's terrible. Alright, let's put that back into arcs. Put the constraints on. Terrain on ND. Shall we attempt to take off? Not that you're going to be able to hear the engines. Let's get the parking brake off. My lights on? Has it put landing? Oh, what is this? Well, we're sort of in, Mike. We're in, but it's half of it's broken, to be honest. All right, flex takeoff. Great. And of course my rudder pedals are now not performing because it's only got like 5 frames of data to do any calculations with. Alright, let's just get out of here. Yay! Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, everyone. Like and subscribe. Terrific. Alright, gear up. And we got no audio either. And now the plane is just bobbing. What is it doing? What is it doing? Like, what the hell? Getting 19 frames per second post frame generation. That means the sim is giving us about 8 or 9, maybe 10. Alright, let's try a turn, shall we? It could be the free version of Gatwick, I suppose, causing an issue, but it didn't do this earlier. Maybe once we get clear of it, it will improve. Goodness gracious me. I kind of feel like we've had our fun, haven't we, with 2024 this week. We've explored it. Oh, now the frames are okay. I bet it's Gatwick doing that then. Yeah, now we're like at 72 frames. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Still now, it feels quite nice to hand fly. What is our cruise today? I just feel like I really want to... All 0, 0. Yikes. I feel like I just really want to go back and play Flight Sim 2020 right now. I've just had enough of this now. It's been like... This is day 3 of just having a rubbish time, and I'm fed up of it, to be honest. Oh, Mackham's here. Nice to see you, Mackham. I'm having a bit of a grump. Right, why aren't we climbing? And why are we descending? Right, let's just do open climb. What kind of table is it? It's just a bit of worktop. Just a couple of offcuts. So this is just a bit of worktop from IKEA, and these bits here are offcuts, and I kind of screwed them in underneath to keep them so they're solid as a rock. I mean, like, look at that. Not going anywhere. No, Mackham, you can't hear anything because my audio has gone kaput on the planes. So that's terrific. Just another thing, isn't it? Just like... I would say let's use the camera to... But we can't, can we? Because every time I move this, it tries to steer the plane and gets rid of the autopilot. Has Thrustmaster said anything about the situation? They've been good. Oh yeah, they've been good as gold. I always have nice chats over email with the guy from Thrustmaster. Yeah, like they're in the same boat really. They want to play it too, but they can't. So yeah, they get it. That's the way, Mackham. Always looking on the upside. I just don't see any... Why are we doing... Oh, it's because the autopilot went off and it nosedived, wasn't it? We're sort of in, Simon. We're sort of in. Like, it's kind of working a bit. A bit. Just one issue after another. All right, Lee. Still, my chair's nice and comfy. That's the main thing. So if I turn off frame gen, what sort of frames are we going to get? Turn that off. Let's see what my GPU usage is. Managed to get an hour or so on career mode, but even then I kept going wrong, or it kept going wrong. It's being directed to taxi through hangars. Insane realism. Yeah, Bill, I didn't have a lot of luck with the 800 Max. I bet if I was to go back to 2020 now, hop in the PMDG, I would just be like, oh, this is so nice, I'm home. You know, like when you've been away for the week, sleeping in a rubbish hotel bed, and then you get home in your own bed, you're just like, oh, this is so good. I feel like I'm going to get those vibes in 2020. Here, the Game Pass version is better than Steam. Yeah, and like an absolute wally, I bought the Steam version. We tried to do some landing challenges earlier, but it actually spawns you with the engines turned off on the plane when you restart the challenge, which is interesting. So I don't know what to tell you. King Bob says, I heard a rumour it works better in North America. I'm in New Jersey, not really having major issues. Again, may just be a rumour. Yeah, I'm VPN'd into America at the moment. For that very reason. I have the Game Pass Aviator Edition today, spawned in free flight without an aircraft. Brilliant. There shouldn't be a difference, should there? Like, there absolutely shouldn't be a difference. There might be. So with that frame gen, 4K Ultra, we're getting about 43, 42 FPS now. We're in cruise. GPU utilization is nowhere near 100%. And once more, it looks like we are CPU limited. Hey, Wasp, you're in. I'm actually flying to Edinburgh now in the A330. With no engine sound, because reasons. And if you look closely, you can see a little red guy poking out the top of the plane window. That's me. Yeah, so my engine sounds came back, Lee, after a short while. And then they went again. So, I don't know what to say. Do I recommend that flight stick? Yeah, it's really nice. I do really like it. So here in the UK, it's $89.99. And you got a stick, and you get the throttle unit as well. You can join them together as one unit if you want to. But obviously, given the way my setup is here with these little pokey out bits, I've split it. Yeah, for $89.99, stick, throttle, load of buttons. That's pretty good going. Pretty good going. Now, full disclosure, Thrustmaster sent it to me. Again, I felt a bit bad on Tuesday and yesterday because we just couldn't use the sim hardly at all. And even when we can use it, even today, it's been a bit janky. So I do feel a bit bad for them, given that they were kind enough to send it over, and we haven't really been able to do a huge amount with it. FCA recorder causes the game to crash too. Great. Love to see it. Try changing sound settings in-game in between flight to see if it jump starts the sound. Looks better now. Did I set it on a 4080? Yeah. Yeah, I am. FCA recorder is the built-in flight recorder now into the sim, Ben. Yeah, of course, it's Xbox compatible as well, Lee, isn't it? I forgot to mention that. All right, Chelsea, what have you missed? We're in the air. We're heading to Edinburgh in the A330. Started at Gatwick. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like long term I can't really use this sim, to be honest. PMDGs aren't here and aren't coming anytime soon from what I can gather from today's forum post that they put out. Phoenix, we haven't heard anything from yet. Fly-by-wire say you can try, but we don't stand by it. And like the A380 crashed the sim today. The A32NX, I managed to do a little lap around Gatwick in that. So pretty much most of the stuff I really care about isn't in the sim. How did you fix the issue of spawning in the cargo bay? Spawn on the runway, and then you start in the cockpit and you're okay. Avgeek, I've VPN'd into America. Yeah, I kind of feel like unless we get some sort of miracle over the weekend, next week I'm going to be back in 2020. What VPN? I've just used NordVPN. I just got a month of it today just to try it out, really, just because people were telling me about it. I don't necessarily recommend it, but I just went with Nord because I've heard of them. Yeah, it's not a great situation, is it? At least we got a nice stick from Thrustmaster, so let's look on the bright side, eh? Thanks, Thrustmaster! Right, should we disarm the ground? Oh, God, that is so... I mean, look at that. Just janky. Like, we thought 2020 was bad. Yeah, got Pirigi Eddie loaded Wasp. That was alright earlier, actually, I thought. Thought it loaded in fine. Yeah, so I paid more. I think I paid like 12 quid for a month. Because I didn't want to pay for like... They say it's like 2 quid a month, and then they sign you up for like 4,000 years. And that's how it works out at 2 quid a month. So I see what you're doing. Are you happy with your joystick and throttle? Yeah, really happy. Yeah. I mean, full disclosure, Thrustmaster sent it to me. And I've got a load of other sim gear as well. Like, they sent me their Ava base, they sent me their Warthog. So make of that what you will. But, yeah, this you got to think about who the product's for. It's for somebody, I would say, that wants a one-and-done solution inside of £100. I think it's $89.99 here in the UK, or $99.99 in euros or US dollars. So in whatever currency we're talking about, it's under 100 of whatever the currency is. You got your stick, you got your throttle, you got a load of buttons, got a hat switch, got a trigger. You can twist the stick for rudder input. You've got a little rocker on the back of the throttles for rudder input. So, you know, for the money, it's great. Like $89.99 in the UK. Considering you're getting a throttle and a stick with rudder inputs, Xbox and PC compatible. Obviously I've got it split into 2 parts. It can join up as one unit. And then compare and contrast that to what a PS5 controller costs. Not a lot in it. Not a lot in it. They do a left stick and a right throttle. Don't think so, LG, no. Don't think so. Stuart, maybe try reinstalling or quitting. So now we're GPU limited. Look at that. GPU is at 99%. There is a link in the video description. If you're on the vertical stream, you might struggle to see the description, but if you hop over to the regular horizontal stream, there's a link to the Thrustmaster page in the description if you do want to learn a bit more. It doesn't matter, AV Geek Up, it's only 12 quid. Right, when's our top of descent? Long time yet. Have I set up my cockpit views yet? Not in this plane. I did in the A300, no, A330-300. I haven't done it yet in the A330-200. Like press 24, going to stick with 20. Yeah, I can totally relate. How's the cockpit quality? It really depends, I think, what textures have loaded in. I think I'm doing quite well in terms of the detail. But then an Airbus cockpit looks like an Airbus cockpit, really, doesn't it? It's just very blue. Yeah, you can see you've got different material textures going on here. Wear on the screws. It looks like it's been lived in, which I really like. Even on the faceplate here of the MCDU. Little like nicks and scratches. Yeah, I very much like a lived-in looking cockpit as opposed to these kind of sterile brand new ones that you kind of see occasionally. I think AnyBuilds did a nice job actually. Yeah, shadows do look better. I mean, look at that line there. That is smooth. Whereas 2020, it would have been jumping around all over the place. I mean, look at that. Is that ray traced? Oh, not only that, look at the distance of this tiny shadow that the little dial is making. That is crisp and it is sharp. Whereas the shadow that the window pillar's making, it's kind of got that fuzziness. They have done a lovely job. Like, it's got a lot of potential. It's just, ugh, you know. Got a lot going for it. Just needs to get there. I don't know whether I take a different view than maybe some of you would, because obviously I'm kind of looking at it through the lens of content creation, and which is essentially a business. So I kind of have to look at it through a slightly different lens, maybe. Whereas if I was just playing it for fun, I'd be like, oh, I'll go back to 2020, who cares? Whereas like the businessman in me is like, well, I need to serve my audience, and my audience ultimately wants 24 content, I think, for the most part. If the streams that we've had over the last few days are anything to go by, our numbers are way up. Way up. Because we're doing 24 stuff. Whereas if I went back to 2020 next week, you know, just flying you know, wherever to wherever in 2020. Who knows? Yeah, Marty, I think you're right. I think you're right. Because actually, now we're up in the air, we're doing a flight. Numbers are similar to what I would quite often get at this time of night. Might find it hard to go back to 2020. Doubt it. I doubt that somehow. How do you sync Navigraph to connect to 24? I haven't actually done that yet. Probably because VATSIM isn't done yet. Think I should stick to 2020, or is 24 worth upgrading to? It's not worth upgrading to at this very moment. I don't know, Paul. We've had some fairly choppy performance tonight already. Perhaps you weren't here for the takeoff at Gatwick. As a viewer of streamers, I really don't need to see another streamer get their PPL. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people doing the same thing, isn't there? So, Mike, we're flying up to Edinburgh, and I've copy and pasted the Pirigui V2 of Edinburgh from my 2020 community folder into 2024, so I know it works. We'll just see if the FPS drops like a stone when we get there. We shall see. Hey David, only got a small chance to play this afternoon with A330 and my performance was terrible. How's yours? Also terrible. So don't worry about it. ETA is... Let me have a look. Oh, yeah, see? Also terrible performance. 21:22. So we'll be there in half hour on the ground. I see you're not the only one. No, you certainly are not. You certainly are not. Yeah, I mean, in 12 months, this will all be a distant memory, I'm sure. Running on an R9 9950X and RTX 4090, and it's no better, so I don't think the hardware are the bottlenecks here. No, Marty, with a system like that, it sounds like you need an upgrade, mate. It sounds awful. 4090. controls are inverted. I don't know how to fix it. It's got to be a thing in the settings, right? Feels like it's fairly common practice now in the gaming industry, doesn't it, though, to just release a game that doesn't work right and then fix it after the fact. Like, imagine if, like, the new iPhone 17 comes out and it doesn't make phone calls. If, like, the little modem chip in it's just, like, faulty out of the box, but they're going to fix it with firmware in a few weeks. That would never be acceptable. Yet somehow, software, it's like, oh yeah, it's fine. Evan, it's the Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS 1 Microsoft Flight Simulator Edition. So they launched it, Thrustmaster launched it to kind of coincide with Flight Sim 24, hence it's all coloured nicely. You might be able to see we've got a little Flight Sim badge here and here. They sent it over for us to have a play with, so that's really cool of them. It's £89.99 here in the UK, which I think is jolly good value, considering you get the throttle and you get the stick. Nokia N series. Oh man, I remember. What did I have? I had a Nokia N. Was it an N70? Like a black brushed aluminium front on it, and it had like a little slider on the back to protect the camera. Evan, it's quite similar, I would say, in its feel to the Airbus TCA stick. Maybe feels a little bit lighter. Maybe a little bit lighter to the touch, like as you move it around. But the advantage is that you get this big throttle unit with it, so it can join together as one unit. I've got it split to fit onto my desk. Oh no, wait, Paul, that's cool. Evan, if you want to learn a bit more, there's a link in the description to Thrustmaster's page about it. It'll tell you all about it. Yeah, Ollie, that's why we're playing music. If I turn the music off, total silence, which isn't good for a stream, really, to be honest. So, got a few tunes on the go at the minute. Oh, those frames. What is going on? Did you do the end gauge as well then, Paul? Oh, the sound. I don't know why it's been cutting in and out all day. Just. It's just. That's all I can say, really. I'm just exhausted. Did you get stars and SIDS? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, thank goodness for stream beats. What plane are we flying? We are in the Airbus A330-200. It did come back briefly earlier on, and then it stopped again. So, I don't know. I don't know. Anyone else getting stuck on 97, 98%? No. I'm not anymore. I was. what HOTAS is that? It's the Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS 1 Microsoft Flight Simulator Edition. If you're in the vertical stream, if you hop over to the horizontal stream, like the regular stream, if you go to my channel, that you'll find it there. There's a link in the description of that to Thrustmaster's site. You can learn a bit more. It's really cool though. I like it a lot. So it comes in 2 units, got 2 parts, got a throttle over here, got a stick over here. You can either split it or bring it together. Xbox PC compatible. At a very affordable price, $89.99 here in the UK. Is everything working for me now, Reese? Don't know. Yes and no. So we're flying up to Edinburgh. I can't do a cold and dark, because if I do a cold and dark, I end up spawning in the cargo bay and then I'm trapped there forever. So we had to spawn on the runway and sort of do all of our... Oh, and it keeps doing that as well. Like the mouse acceleration is crazy, crazy sensitive. And we've got top of descent coming up as well. So let's start doing that. Should we let VNav do it? Should we test VNav? We'll go down to 7,000 to start with. Oh, you get it too, Reese? Okay, I thought I was the only one. The HOTAS honestly looks like a good deal. Yeah, Master, I'd say it is. I would say it is. So you got the stick, you got the throttle, you got all the buttons, you got rudder control through twisting, or you've got like a little rocker thing. Don't know if I can show you. See that little black rocker switch here on the back of the throttle? So you've got 2 options for rudder input. You can press Shift and C to get into the cockpit if you're stuck. Yeah, that doesn't work. That's the problem. Just add it to the list of things that don't work. First setup was a HOTAS 1, then you upgraded to TCA. HOTAS served me well, excellent quality in VFM. Nice. Do I have any other sound coming from the sim? Let's see. Normally you'd get some sort of noise from these switches. Yeah, it's like really nothing at all, is it? Love to see it. Right, let's check our destination data for Edinburgh. I'm very gingerly moving around now. Here we go. 250 at 11. QNH is 909.5. So let's go to Perth. Come on. Oh, wait. I've paused the sim because I did EG. I pressed P, didn't I? Aye. Right, what was QNH? 0909.5. And what was the wind? 250 and 11. What's the temperature? How do I get the temperature out of here? 05/00. Which one's which? I always get confused here. If in doubt, let's load up charts. Weather is 1 degree. Yikes. Cold. And ILS for runway 24. Decision altitude is 300 feet. Not that we're going to hear the call outs because we haven't got any sound. Incredible scenes. I imagine what's happening is not downloading all the sim objects properly, like it's skipping past a bunch. Yeah, could be. Could be. Okay, in-pip's coming up. How's the new joystick? Yeah, it's great. Yeah, really grateful to Thrustmaster for sending it over. It was really kind of them to do that. Like, I get it that I've got a lot of other, you know, very expensive joysticks and stuff, but I still wanted to do the test with it because I think more affordable stuff is actually really important. Like, it'd be very easy to kind of look down your nose at anything under £100 once you've used a joystick that costs like 500, and that's a terrible place to get yourself in. That's not a place I want to end up at all. I think affordable sticks are really important. So I was like, yeah, send it over. We'll show it off and we'll have a play with it. Because really, there's going to be a lot of people that's starting out with 2024. This could be the first sim they ever play. And obviously a controller isn't great, and they're probably going to be looking for something. Now, those people should not be spending a ton of money if they're just getting into it, but they're quite entitled to want something that's reasonably alright, you know, like a stick and a throttle. They're probably going to want those two things, and they're entitled to expect it to be of decent quality, but they probably don't want to spend a fortune because it's like a new hobby, they're just getting into it. And this is perfect for that. Say $89.99 in the UK. Throttle, stick, 2 types of rudder inputs built right in. Load of buttons, Xbox compatible. You can either use it split apart or joined up together as one unit. It's a heck of a deal, and it's an important stick. And that's why I accepted the offer to test it out, really, because I do think it's important that these products exist. But yeah, link in the description to their site if you want to learn a bit more. Alright, so we're at 38, 44, 43 FPS. Not doing too bad. Do you know how to get rid of the map in the top left and in the bottom right and left? Oh, I think you have to go into the interface internal. You can turn all that off in there. Yeah, that was like job number 1 for me. Job number 1. Get rid of all that rubbish. Want the Airbus one, but I can't justify 200 quid at the moment. Oh, you mean the joystick and throttles? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where this one sits in the market, because initially I was like, but you've already got the Airbus stuff, why are you doing that one? It's like, because this is more affordable. When you include the whole sort of stick and throttle thing, like you say, you can spend 200 plus on the Airbus stuff, or you can spend 90 on this. Both are very good, but they're pitched at different price points. Yeah, well said, LG. Yeah, I like that they've got a price point for lots of different budgets and tastes, really. Like, if you want to spend top-end money on top-end equipment, they've got that. They've got the Overbase, they've got all, you know, the Boeing yoke. But equally, if you're just getting your feet wet, or you just can't justify spending hundreds of pounds, you know, north of £100 on stuff, then they got something nice here for you as well, which is good. Yeah, there is no limit on the top end stuff. It's a very slippery slope. Is sim gear? Ask me how I know. Right, are we gonna... Oh, my mouse. Who's left their cup there? Do people seriously leave cups there? Oh yeah, the Viper looks awesome. Maybe one of these days I'll get some of those Thrustmaster rudder pedals. Those are all metal those look so cool. Surely that's massively risky, leaving a cup down there, because if that cup goes over, it goes all over all of this. And then what happens? Does the plane just, like, you know, it's like if you pour a drink over a laptop, so it just stopped working. Okay, we are going a touch off profile, I'll be the first to admit, but Edinburgh is now in sight. Now, my concern is that as we get closer to the airport, you see my FPS is now down to 20. I don't know whether that's the third-party airport doing that, or whether it's just the sim actually struggling because it's having to do more. I don't know. I've actually turned frame gen off, so that's before frame gen. We can turn it off. Right, let's do a speed intervene. Let's go 230 knots. And we'll do open descent. And we'll get our speed brake out again that I've just put away. God, this feels very clunky. Oh, that's a relief ball. I was talking to a captain on here once, and they were saying that when they... So, like, where the captain sat, if they're being passed a drink, it'll be passed over their left shoulder. So they don't pass it over the centre console bit. Which makes sense. I mean, even if it is spill resistant or whatever. Let's get the lights on now so I don't forget. Common fix appears to be deleting the buggy aircrafts folder from the streamed packages app data folder and let the sim re-download it. Oh, great. I look forward to that. Yeah, FPS is dropping quite a lot, isn't it, the closer we get to the ground. Come on, away you go. Well, so far, I think the Indie Builds has done a nice job on the A330. The Indie Builds A330 done all right. You sort of get the feeling that maybe they've kind of carried this launch a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So everything else has been a bit of a bonfire, but all the Indie Build stuff has actually stood up quite well, hasn't it? Oh, Reaper, we're getting weirdnesses as well. Like, we're getting closer. Excuse me. We're getting closer to the ground now. And my FPS is 20 FPS, which is less than ideal. I won't lie to you. Might be a struggle to land. Might be a struggle. Right, what's local QNH is 9 and 9 are 5. Can't even close the sim without force closing it. Oh no. Have I got the weather radar working? I've got the terrain on. Don't think I've got the weather one on. That's just terrain. Okay, let's bring our speed down, 200 knots. Window gone, music still playing. Oh yeah, I had that briefly and I thought I was going to have to go digging for that. But then it resolved. Oh, I've gone all the way around. I've just done a 360. Right, where's the landing bit? So we're on takeoff. Is there a landing calculator as well? Oh no, it's done it again. Right, very, very gently. Let's go auto brakes medium. I'm sure that'll be enough. Right, I am going to take the executive decision to start vectoring myself. And this is quite common, what you'd get on VATSIM. Let's head out to 06. Just go heading 045. Then we'll come around to meet it. From where are you going? We are doing a flight in the A330 from Gatwick to Edinburgh. Favourite little route of ours. Tell you what, in fact, let's just do direct to now. No, not on VATSIM. This is Flight Sim 24. I don't believe VATSIM is a thing yet on 24 because vPilot, the client, needs updating. Yeah, I mean, fair play to the sim. That does look quite good, doesn't it? Looking down on it from up here, like all the little trees, all the... albeit it is popping in. Where did I buy the Sidestick? Austin, full disclosure, Thrustmaster sent it over to me to check out on the channel, which was very nice of them. Oh, I need to go into standard pressure. Here we go. I forgot to do that. Too busy looking at chat. Okay, is the RadNav page working? 110.9. 110. Oh. That's not right. IWW, we want ITH. How did that end up in there? That's better. Now we've got a tuned thingy. Speed brake's still out. Alright, I'm on it. It's actually surprisingly difficult to do all this with 20 FPS. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, nice one, Austin. Austin, if you go into... We've got two streams running on YouTube. We've got the vertical, we've got the horizontal. Go to the horizontal one where you'll be able to like see the description. There's a link to Thrustmaster's site there where you can learn more. But yeah, it's a throttle and a stick all in one. I've got it split into two parts, but you can join it together to be one. Really cool. Okay, speed 180. Welcome back, Lanky. Okay, let's turn on to final. So we're going to be heading down yonder. And we'll get ready to hit that approach button. Oh, everyone, we're not allowed to talk about Thrustmaster anymore. MV's going to get upset, okay? No one talk about Thrustmaster in the chat. We can't upset MV. Edinburgh, Cardiff's got to be the nicest approach. Yeah, Cardiff's lovely, isn't it? Right. Why isn't the plane descending? Have I missed a trick? Huh. Yeah, okay. Activate approach mode, confirm. No, MV, deadly serious. Honest. The fact that you can't tell makes it even funnier, to be honest. Right. Let's see if I can land with 18 FPS. Right, we're far too high. Why didn't the approach mode start us off, I wonder? It's alright, we'll get it back. Don't you worry. Alright, we're currently rocking 18 FPS, everybody. We will get us down. We will get us down, I promise. Right, let's get rid of the flight directors, because they're no use whatsoever, are they? Yeah, sorry, boss, I don't know what I was thinking there. 17 frames a sec, 16 frames a second. My goodness, you can really feel it as well. Here we go, almost on profile. God, when the frames are this low, it's a struggle, it really is. Okay, best get gear down, hadn't we? $15 FPS. Flight Sim 2024. Let's go. $13 FPS. $14 FPS, slightly better. I'll tell you what, if I get a decent landing out of this, I think I deserve some sort of, like, knighthood or something, to be honest. Come on, down you go. 100 feet, 50 over the threshold, come on. Come on. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Fairly certain we just went into single-digit frames per second there. We're down. There. Is it the scenery? Is it the plane? I guess we'll never know. 12 frames per second rolling out down the runway. Oh, and now the rudders are just completely freaking out. Welcome to Edinburgh, everybody. I don't think I could go around with a help there, Marty, to be honest. One way or another, the frames were just not on our side. What are my frames for such FPS? You're not going to believe it. I've got a 4080 Super and a 5800X 3D, so I don't think it's the hardware. I don't think it's the hardware. I think it's optimization. I think it's other stuff. Yeah, look at this. Like, just this. I thought we did quite well actually to get down the way we did. Ultra preset, yeah. Wow, wow, wow. Well, we made it. Just. Having the smoothest experience with the same plane. I use a VPN. Thanks for the tip. Huh, weird. Yeah, that was a definite recovery job there, wasn't it, Wasp? Thank goodness my Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTUS 1 Microsoft Flight Simulator Edition. That's what saved it. Sorry, MB. $12 FPS now as we approach the terminal. Oh boy. 10 FPS looking out the window. Is it the third-party airports then doing it, I wonder? Keep in mind that both of them that we've flown out of were third-party. Oh, Wasp, don't you know? GPU is at 100%, CPU is at 30. Oh, I can't turn, but then I suppose it's only getting like 10 frames of input, isn't it? Bleh. What's Spirit doing in Edinburgh? We love a bit of banter, Envy. It's all in good spirit. Wow. Is that an Air Canada over there as well? Oh, just whacked the mic arm. Sorry about that. Right, where can I park? Probably nowhere, actually. I've brought myself into a dead end. Alright, let's just ditch it in here for a minute. That'll do. Right. Yoink, that'll do. Welcome to Edinburgh. Please and thank you. Now get off the plane. Happy days. So if we were to go somewhere else that is a default airport, would it still be horrific? Yeah, I mean, there's no way this can be a hardware problem. I mean, I know it's not, my PC isn't like the highest end of highest end, but it's no slouch. Oh no, my cursor's gone. Help! What do I do? $4K? Yeah, we're in 4K. Guys. Yeah, full screen. Actually, would that help if I sort of pop out of it? Oh, Lee, we're having an absolute blinder. We've just gone back to the menu and we appear to have locked up. And we landed into Edinburgh with like between 9 and 12 FPS, which was interesting, let's say that. Yeah, just tried Alt and Enter, it's done nothing. Alright. Let's quit. And we'll load back in. What GPU? It's a 4080 Super, mate. Yeah, I hope. Maybe we'll get some sound this time if we're lucky. Maybe. Not sure, Chelsea. Need to do a bit more investigation on that, won't we? At least we get the nice loading music now. Hey, there it is. Ah, Finn, yeah, default Gatwicks have always sucked in Microsoft Flight Sim. Sadly. Still, there's a good freeware version on flightsim.to. You can download that. Oh, Lee, it's a bit... I don't know what to do, really. Like, the content creator in me is like, make 2024 stuff. But then the person that actually wants to sit and play Flight Sim within me is like, what are you doing over here? Get back to 2020, where you can actually fly and go on VATSIM and have a nice time. Oh, right, you're going to have to use the marketplace then, aren't you, if you're on Xbox? Then, sorry, I assumed you were on PC. Yeah, Marty, I can smell a subscription sooner or later. Either they need to fund it through the marketplace where people buy stuff, or all of a sudden it's like Flight Sim 2028 is £10 a month. That sort of thing, you know. I mean, I suppose to an extent Game Pass has already done that, but it's not quite the same, is it? Check my internet. My internet's fine. I've got 900 down, 400 up. No problem with the internet. No messing around with the internet. Right, let's check out JFK, which is an airport that they've built using the 2024 SDK. Let's see what kind of FPS we get on the ground there, shall we? Let's go 3-1 left. I like 3-1 left. No, I've not messed with motion blur yet. I mean, it should be off by default, really, on everything, in my opinion. I'm almost ashamed that I haven't. You can see the airport loading in there, look. Here we go. Right, should we have a little bit of daylight? Look at those runway textures. Blur is on by default. Yeah, it is. I do believe. Why is it saying we've got no NA on FPS? Guessing there's no volume. No, brilliant. Why would there be? Well, there's only one thing for it then. No. Ooh, I don't know. That still feels pretty pants, to be honest. Oh yeah. Just moving around in the cockpit is not a pleasant experience. Wow. Oof. That is rough. I suppose we could turn on dev mode, couldn't we? See if we can get a bit more insight to the performance. Advanced. Dev mode. On. Save and back. Which now means you can display FPS. Oh, look at that. So I'm presuming in a moment it's going to settle down. So it's upset, the GPU's upset at the moment. That's unusual. But it is at 100% load. That can't be right, can it? I feel like in a minute something's going to snap. Like it's going to go dink and then it'll be alright. It'll just all of a sudden go to like 30 or 40. There you go. Look, if I look out the window, 35. Now if I look back, we're at 30. But that was the same thing we just saw at Edinburgh, wasn't it? Like Edinburgh just went bad. Similar to that. Look how much RAM we're using. Maybe 30 gig. Maybe I do need 64 gig after all. Wow. Should we go for a little, let's do a little lap around here, shall we? With no sound, of course, because... I will say, though, the ground experience, the feeling on the ground, when you actually do have a reasonable FPS number, isn't too bad. Should we fly over New York? Nice gentle rotation. Gear up. What's going to happen if we fly over Manhattan? Let me just dive into the settings real quick. So we've got VSync on. Let's do VSync on. Or VSync off, sorry. Frame gen on. Because I think the built-in frame counter now can count the frame gen frames. Because look, it says SDR frame gen. And now we're at like 38, 70 something. Yeah, there you go. It's counting the frame gen frames now. So that's a change from 2020 to 2024. The baked-in frame counter, I do believe, can now count frame-generated frames. Which has got to be good, right? Should we go to an external view? Still a bit choppy though, isn't it? So if we were to now lose frame gen, but keep VSync off, what sort of a... Right, let's go speed 210. So no frame gen, we're getting 45 over Manhattan, which isn't bad, but then Manhattan just looks like a melted mess from up here, doesn't it? It's not looking particularly brilliant. Lots of hop-in. You have to enable developer mode. So go to advanced in settings, enable developer mode, then bring your mouse up to the top of the screen, go debug, display FPS, and it'll be in there. Yeah, I'm not convinced Manhattan looks particularly spectacular. Almost looks like when you look at it on your phone, like if you got Apple Maps. So the Empire State doesn't look too bad now. Is that because we're getting closer? It's okay, I suppose. Yeah, you can see levels of detail popping in, can't you? Oh, we're flying over where I stayed. That little place just there. West 57th Street. Alright, back to JFK then. Well, can we go Newark? Newark's only over there, isn't it? Yeah, we could try high. High. No sound from the aircraft. No. No sound. Go ultra to high end. Confirm. He's going to have to reload everything now at that level of detail. Frames are higher. 50 FPS. I feel like I need to do a graphics optimization video, if I'm being completely honest. Sim of the year. Oh, stutter. More stutters. Oh, wrong one. Should we try a visual approach? Speed 180. Gear down. Let's lose the flight directors. Yeah, that'll be a separate video, Chelsea. So I've got a load of videos planned out. I've got them all written down, but I just don't feel like it's a fair time to make it. Because I feel like if I make it now, it's going to be like, well, 2024 sucks. It's like, yeah, okay, what about when it's fixed? So I kind of feel like I need to let the dust settle a little bit on 24. To then be able to fairly compare things, you know? Okay, let's go approach speed 140. Okay, the good news is there's little to no wind. Gear is down. Let's do auto brake medium. Come on, give me 2 reds. There's 2 reds. Soon to be 3 reds, I predict. Right, concentration now. 7-4 just spawning in there next to us. A little bit off the centre line. Quite a lot off the centre line, actually. Never mind. Boff. I need to sort my rudder pedals out. They're not feeling great. And this is the other thing. I was trying to sort my rudder pedals out earlier this afternoon. Let me show you. If we go to rudder pedals, hardware settings, I was trying to reduce the sensitivity on them. And normally, if you move the hardware, like I'm moving my legs right now, you would see this little, you know, marker thing go up and down, up and down, up and down. Doesn't matter which axis I click on, doesn't do a damn thing. And if we go into the HOTAS, click hardware settings, again, this is like the axis, nothing. So it's really hard to configure your hardware properly. So yeah, bit of a shame really. But what can you do? Are the default ground charts with Flight Sim 24 labelled like Navigraph? Let's have a look. The entire control menu's been messed up, yeah. Let's put the parking brake on. How do we get charts in this? Can we get charts in this? I don't think we can we? Not in the Indie Builds one. I could be wrong though. How weird. Yeah, I don't think you can get charts in here. Can we? We've got OFP, ground, payload, panel state, takeoff data. Yeah, the numbers you put in do work. It's just really weird that you can't see. And like, for example, with the rudder pedals, it's like, which axis is the one that my rudder is on? And it took me ages to figure that out. If you click tab, it's in that tablet. Eh? If I click what? Not the Indie Builds one though, I don't think. You're thinking of the this one, aren't you? Sorry, I understand what you mean now. Oh. Everything just feels very delayed and very just like, you know, you scroll your mouse wheel and then you scroll too far and then you got to scroll back out. Everything just feels sluggish and horrible. Don't like it. So can we see our way around here or not? That's not labelled, is it? Map settings. Flight rules. Navigation log. Clip charts. So where do you get the charts from then? There are no clip charts. I know it's because I want actual charts. So if we look at Gatwick. So general, we can see what sort of airport it is. Charts over here, that's good. Alright, that's not bad, is it? So if we wanted 26 left on the Okay, how do we zoom in? Scroll wheel? No. Oh, don't tell me we have to use buttons. Okay. Who's this chart by? Effective February 21. Lufthansa system charts intended for Microsoft flight simulation only, not for navigational use. What about the arrivals? 26 left. Let's look at this one. That's quite cool. It's got to be better than a freebie. It'd be really nice if this entire EFB could be downloaded as like an iPad app, so you could actually have a physical iPad next to you. That'd be really nice. But again, features like that are just going to be way down the list, aren't they, at the moment? Do you think they're really thinking about stuff like that? Of course they're not. They're thinking about how do we get this bloody simulator to work. I mean, that's similar, isn't it, to what you get on Navigraph? I mean, are these good enough? Are these good enough to take on VATSIM and be reliable, I wonder? Airport. This is the one, isn't it? Taxi. Airport ground chart. Juliet. Romeo, Quebec, Romeo Alpha, Sierra, that's the de-icing bit, Quebec Bravo, Quebec Alpha, Pier 5, Pier 4, Pier 3. That all looks good. Microsoft Flight Sim mostly recognised it. I configured a few buttons that I wanted in certain places just for my own comfort, like Y I mapped on the throttle, I mapped that to gear down, B is brake, parking brake, buttons on the back for flaps. I set autopilot disconnect to be this blue button here. That's to reset the cockpit view. Everything else is pretty standard. I mean, those charts aren't bad, are they? Not really. I wonder how that's going to shake out longer term with Navigraph, I wonder. That's quite interesting. I think they're reliable on VATSIM. Okay. So what sort of frames are we getting now? We're just chilling on the ground. Peaked over retail budget. Does that mean I peaked over my 32 gig of RAM? Is that what it's trying to tell me? We're getting about 50, aren't we, on the ground? So if we were to whack on frame gen, presumably we're going to see 100 out of that now. About 80. Doesn't really feel like an 80 though, does it? I don't know. Doesn't feel like a good 80 to me. Yeah, it's dipping, it dips a lot. I think I would rather enable VSync. But you can't enable VSync with FrameGen. Alright, I think I would then rather limit it to 60 in the NVIDIA app and get a stable 60 rather than it having a stable 60 over chasing frames, I would say. Do you know how to fix the engine issue? No, I don't. Someone said you can delete a folder and it will then cause the sim to re-download that folder when it realizes it isn't there and it might fix it, but I don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Anyway, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to head off to bed, I think, because it's been a long few days. It's been a stressful few days, and I'm kind of glad that it's over and I'm going back to my day job tomorrow, because I'm fed right up in Microsoft Flight Sim 24. But I'm very grateful to Thrustmaster for sending over the stick for us to look at. Link is in the description if anybody wants to check it out to learn a bit more. I think it's a great deal. It's $89.99 here in the UK. You get a throttle, you get a stick, you can join it together as one unit. Gives you everything you need for inside of £100, dollars, euros, whatever. So I think it's really cool, and thanks again to Thrustmaster for sending it over. I'm going to leave this stream here, guys. I don't know when I'm going to be back, or rather I don't know what sim I'm going to be in when I'm back, because I'm not sure I can take another week of this. Let's be honest with you. I just want to get on VATSIM with my friends, and I want to fly, and I want to go places. I want to fly Phoenix, I want to fly PMDG, I want to do all that good stuff, and I just can't over here. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks again to Thrustmaster, thanks again to you, and I will see you all probably after the weekend. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Cheers.